Hey everyone, give me just a second to make sure I am live here on Facebook. There we go. Mhm. Okay, I promise one of these days I'm going to figure that out. Okay, perfect. Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you all are doing well. I hope those of you who celebrated Easter this past weekend had a great Easter. I know in St. Louis, at least, the weather was really rainy, so hope you all were able to still have some fun. Um, and for those of you who just finished up Passover, I hope that was a great week for you as well. Today, we are going to talk about people, okay? There are people in our lives who are, it, you know, people be people and they're doing their thing, and we don't always vibe with it, right? There are people who might do things or say things or behave in a certain way or believe things that we don't agree with, right? That is not the way that we would choose to do it. Okay. And these could be any people, it could be people on the world stage, world leaders, celebrities, um, politicians, whatever. Or it could be people that you know personally, people that are really important to you, that are very important members of your life. And I feel like those people, it's really harder to deal with because you have that personal relationship with them. And so when they do something that you don't like, it cuts deeper, right? Because you start thinking like, that person knows me, like they should know that I wouldn't want them to do this, or they should know that I don't want them thinking that way or acting that way or whatever it is, right? And we take it really personally. When that happens, there's a couple things that we need to do because we all are going to run into this situation at some point in our lives, right? Probably multiple times. So when people are doing things or saying things that we do not agree with or believe is the best way to go about doing things, there's a couple things that we need to remember. Number one, we are only in control of ourselves. We cannot control another person. What they say, what they think, what they do, that is up to them. No matter how badly we want to control them, we can't, right? Even as parents, when our kids are misbehaving, we just want them to do what we want them to do, right? Do the right thing. Excuse me. Sorry, my allergies have given me this little cough over the weekend. Um, but yeah, when our kids are misbehaving, we just want them to like get in line and do what we want them to do. Do they always do that? No. Can we actually control them in that moment? No. We can talk to them. We can, try to reason with them or, some people yell at their kids, whatever, like whatever your method is, we can do whatever it is that we're trying to do to get them to do what we want. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it unless they choose to do it, right? So we need to remember that we can only control ourselves, which can be really frustrating when we think that somebody else is making a really bad choice, right? But we have to remember that these people are on their own journeys, and it's important for them to make their own mistakes so that they can learn the lessons that they need to learn. And maybe in their life, it's not a mistake. We might see it that way, but that doesn't mean that that's how they see it. Okay. The other thing that we need to remember is that people are human. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. I know I make mistakes all the time. There are things that I do or say that I'm just like, oh, this is like cringy. Like, I can't believe I just did that or said that or whatever, right? We all do it. We all show up as maybe not the most perfect, best version of ourselves at every single given moment. And the important thing is that we give ourselves grace in those moments. We allow ourselves to not be perfect because perfection is an illusion. There is no such thing as perfection, right? And so if we're giving ourselves grace in those moments, we need to extend that grace to others. We need to remember this person is human and they just they weren't on their game in that moment, right? Like I don't have to like the thing that they did or said or whatever's happening because of their action, but we're all human and we all make mistakes. And I would want that person to forgive me if the roles were reversed. Okay? So we are going to take some deep breaths. All right. In through our nose and out through our mouths. Okay. And especially when we're stressed out, it's really a good idea to breathe in through your nose for maybe like 4 counts and breathe out for your through your mouth for like 7 or 8 counts. Okay. Get that nice long exhale. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do this together. We're going to breathe in for 4 and we're going to breathe out for 8. Okay, so we're going to fill up our lungs. All right, here we go. I'm going to count with my fingers so I can breathe with you. Here we go. Now exhale. Good job. Let's try that one more time. Nice deep inhale for 4 and blow it out. Great job. So when you're feeling really stressed out, that's a really great technique to do. Just remember to breathe. Okay, let's go ahead and do our central dig so we can get ourselves nice and centered and aligned and grounded for the week. This is another really great one to do when we're mad at someone, right? Get our energy aligned because when we're upset, our energy tends to get a little more scattered and a little off balance. Okay, so this is going to help us feel better. All right, so get out your wiggle digging fingers and we're going to start right above our hip bones in the center of our belly. Here we go. I am safe. 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 When you get to your chin, hold on to your chin with one hand. Find that groove at the base of your skull with the other. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Now pull that energy from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Take a nice deep breath here. Beautiful. Ooh, feeling that energy shift. All right, we're going to do one more and then I need to hop off for the morning. But go ahead and put your finger in your belly button, the other finger in the middle of your forehead. We're going to do our hookup or reconnect. All right, we're going to gently pull up on our fingers and take 3 deep breaths together. Here we go. Ooh, I must have been really out of alignment, guys, because I am really feeling these this morning. All right, I just want to remind you, put up your bubble of peace. All right. If you don't have one established yet, go on my YouTube page, Soulful Wellness, and find my Bubble of Peace guided meditation that will help you create your bubble of peace. That just helps you become an objective observer of the things around you so you're not absorbing all of that negative energy, and you're just able to see everything from a neutral position. Okay. I love you. Have a wonderful day. I'm sending you all so much love and peace and joy and gratitude. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.